Alright, so I just picked up my Jeep yesterday from the shop after an engine swap, and I'm just checking first things first. The exhaust, since that's one of the things I did pay them to replace for me. And one thing I'm noticing is I'd painted my previous oil pan a nice bright blue color, so I'm missing seeing my old oil pan. But anyways, this part of the exhaust is an old exhaust, but it's a hole. There's no holes in it, I should say. Until you come down to the catalytic converter, that's one that I had put in shortly after I bought it, so I had to reuse it to save some money. And then from the muffler on, that's all brand new. So that makes me happy that that piece is all brand new. On my previous exhaust, I don't know if I ever took any pictures of it, but it was just full of holes. So now that I'm done under here on my transmission pan, this is something I asked them to replace, but it was outside my budget to have that taken care of. It leaks like crazy and it drips everywhere and it's a bit of a mess. So something I'm going to have to take care of eventually, just not this time around. So I'm going to go ahead and get up top and go over that here in just a moment. Alright, so here's the replacement engine. I'm not going to say new engine, it's a replacement engine that they put in for me. They kept things like my AC, obviously. The water pump is the one that was originally on this engine. But I think the power steering pump is my old power steering pump. They re-zip tied my fan on because that was broken, or the brackets are broken that hold it in place. Distributor cap and leads, and it looks like spark plugs are my spark plugs that they kept. That's my alternator, it looks like, and my starter motor, so that makes me happy that those are still there. Let's see, that's my overflow bottle. I had somebody ask me about this at the shop. It's because my old expansion tank expanded so much from overheating from the previous owner that this rubber, this is just rubber, has stretched and doesn't hold the tank in place anymore. So I had to tighten it up with that. I don't know if I mentioned that in a previous video. And one thing that's not working, and my LED lights are still working, but my fogs are not. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing a line here. So I need to go through and see if they pulled it back through the firewall or what, but I don't see where it's gone. Oh, there's a cap. There's always something when they work on your car. Let's just, I don't know what this is for. So yeah, I need to go through it all and just kind of see what's what and where things are going. Because yeah, they definitely made some changes. I'd like my fogs to work. One thing that's still not working, which I think is kind of funny, is my oil pressure gauge. I'm just going to come in here. This gauge is replaced. You can actually see, I don't know if you can see, but it's different colored lettering and stuff from the other gauges slightly. And it's dirty. You can see that it's been sitting outside of a cluster. But when I originally bought it, this was always just at either at 0 or at 80. It would just go between the two. So I brought it in. They said, "Oh, your gauge is bad." When we replaced the gauge, it was just always above 80, like it is now. And so I replaced the oil pressure sender, and it does the same thing. So I have a short somewhere for that, and not quite sure where that is. I need to figure that out. Drove it home last night, and it seemed to drive just fine, but of course it had been sitting warm for a minute. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start it up now so you can hear it run. So let me go ahead and do that, because I haven't heard it run from cold yet. Got my keys. Now, one thing that's immediately apparent is there's no knocking noise. My old engine had developed quite a good knock from cold, which had me pretty worried. And this, again, it's been sitting overnight. It's in the low 40s right now, so it's definitely cold outside. And I do not have a knock, which makes me quite happy. When I bought it, they said that this head had been recently rebuilt within the last 10 to 15,000 miles or so. They couldn't give me an exact number, but they said that this head had been rebuilt because the engine had had a bad head gasket. And so they rebuilt the head, and then the person had been rear-ended or whatever, crashed the vehicle, and so they pulled all the good bits off of it and sold me the engine. AC works pretty good. Heater's working better than it was. It's not great, but it'll warm you kinda up on a cold day. So, come around to the exhaust. Now it smells like it's running a bit rich, even when it's warmed up. So I may look into that a little bit, but it's plenty cold outside, so that's why it's so light. Once it warms up, that should go away after a few minutes. But yeah, happy to have it back. If you have any questions about my Cherokee or any mods I've done to it, which haven't been very big, mostly repairs, I'm more than happy to answer them. With the replacement engine, I definitely have an increase in horsepower. I don't know what effect it will have on my fuel economy, because my fuel economy is just gone down with my previous engine. I think I was getting like maybe 8 or 9 miles to the gallon. It was not very good for having such a minimally modified vehicle. So anyway, looking forward to hitting up some trails again fairly soon. We'll have to wait until after this next few weeks. My wife's pregnant and due any time now, so I'll probably wait because it'll be just my luck that she goes into labor when I'm off-roading. So feel free again to ask me questions. I do have my link to my support page down below if you want to support me this holiday weekend. Anything you purchase on Amazon, I get a small piece of it if you use my link, and I do appreciate that. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.